Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I am Anaam, and today we are talking about sex, part 2. On Telegram, we are on Telegram. Go and search for the Nagual Zone on Telegram, and you can join the group. It's a public group of like-minded people. And there I asked, what topic would you like to see a video about? And sex and its various questions was the most popular. So here we are. The first video on sex I did last year. You can check it out on the channel. Go and search for it. It's well worth watching. And hopefully this will also make a bit more sense. All right. Really what we're talking about today is not sex in itself. As I was telling the attendees, this is part of a bigger masterclass, this video. The attendees are live right now on Zoom, and I urge you to come and join us. Each Sunday, it's a dedicated group of people who come and who hopefully are on Telegram, so they can just connect with each other individually if they like, or whatever they want to do, right? Come and be part of that. Find your people. This is not the time, these days is not the time to be an island by yourself. No, you need to find your people. People who are on the right side of the great divide. That video is posted on the YouTube channel, and go and watch that one. Very interesting. You want to be on the right side of the great divide. And sex will easily, this topic will easily put you on the wrong side of the great divide before you know it. And you'll be left with your good intentions. But I had good intentions. Unfortunately, nature doesn't peddle, transact, negotiate with good intentions. Good intentions are meaningless to nature, and I urge you to beware of your good intentions. I've made video on that as well. You know, go and check it all out. The knowledge is all there on YouTube in the public arena. So, what is sex really all about? Why are people so interested in just a perspective? It's not a better or a worse perspective, it's just another perspective on sex. Why are there so many questions on it in the Nagual Zone group chat on Telegram? I'll tell you why. It all boils down to one thing. If you don't get this one thing right, you will have a million questions and nothing will ever satisfy, and it'll just be a big bollocks for you, right? And that is something that you deal with on a daily basis. It becomes heightened as the distance between two human beings grows narrower and narrower. Physically, mentally, in every way, emotionally especially. And what is that? That word is expectations. Expectations. You know, sex isn't really the issue, is it? It's your expectations that you lug around with you as if they're your best friends, that you display to the whole world very proudly. And it has become such an instinct with you to hide behind your expectations, really. Your expectations are like the angry dog that always goes ahead of you and warns off people, right? It's your expectations that create all the questions. What do you expect? The amount of times I've heard, and it always puzzles me because that has never been my experience, and it is a very westernized mating ritual. No other culture does this. It's a very westernized. I suspect that if you put two complex AI together and program them as to stimulate mating instinct, simulate mating instinct, human mating instinct, they would come up with exactly this mating ritual. You know what it is? It's called dating. Dates. What the hell is a date? What dates? You eat the dates, or is it a date that you fix on the 17th? We shall meet in that restaurant. What the hell is a date? Where does this come from? I don't know. Only white people can tell me about dating. And you have this weird Western ritual that never works. It never works. It never works. Does it? It never works. It only serves to produce anxiety, stress in the men, anxiety in the women. And all it is an exercise in vanity. Really. The man is trying to be cool and, project an image of whatever the man thinks is the ideal man in his head. So he's projecting that, sitting there, having with his drink, and the woman is busy projecting Barbie doll type of a variation of Barbie doll, really. And getting all anxious. Oh, how am I looking? Is my makeup all right? Will he think well of me? Oh, and there's all this subconscious nonsense going on, right? How do you think these two people are going to have sex? No matter how familiar they get with each other. If the start is like this, how do you think it's going to end up? It's going to end up in a painful divorce, isn't it? Oh, wait. Yeah, we've seen a lot of those in our lifetime, haven't we? The whole thing is wrong. The whole thing is based on expectations. And Toltec warriors do away with something as inefficient and draining. It drains. Expectations are a burden you don't want to carry around. You only have that much time in the day, and that much energy in the day. It's precious. Warriors contend that our energy is very precious. It's already locked down by the parasite in innumerable ways. You don't need to be actively wasting it as well. What would happen if you just met the opposite sex or however you rock? If you met the other person or people without any expectations. Without any expectations. That's very hard to do because most people are completely obsessed with the paradigm, what will he, she, they think of me? The entire day is spent in upholding a certain image that you have built in your head about what you should be like. There's no room to be natural, just be yourself. There's a whole image in your head. And you never updated that image since you were a teenager, did you? Think about it. Since you were a teenager, your concerns about yourself and others are exactly the same paranoid concerns that were there when you were a teenager, when you just hit puberty and it all changed and suddenly like, oh, what do the women think of me? Oh, what do the men think of me? It's all just, it all locks up, doesn't it? And you spend the next few years worrying about all sorts of ridiculous nonsense, which in the teenage years is appropriate. But it is not appropriate when you're 30, when you're 40. Why not update all of that? Why not update your self-image? Why not update your self-image into someone who has no use for expectations? Do you know what your expectations are? I'll tell you exactly what your expectations are. Your expectations of every scenario that will go wrong and can go wrong. Look at your expectations. Next time you're in a stress situation, you're going to a job interview or whatever, you're going on a date, right? Your expectations subconsciously are all the scenarios that are like something can go wrong are swimming around in your head till you're just a headless, like a chicken running around, headless chicken, all inside, just totally indulging. There's no need for that. Now, what do expectations do? They cause us to create mental images of what it should be. You've decided what it should be, what she should be like. That's the woman of my dreams. And the women are even more amazing at this. The man of my dreams. He has to be some kind of hero or savior figure. Or if they don't have enough self-esteem for that, most women don't even have enough self-esteem for that, it has to be someone they can save. That's the more common one. That's the sure-shot road to single motherhood. Someone they can save. Some non-man, spineless, that passes for men in this day and age. And then they want to save them. They will make a man out of him or be the mother or whatever idiotic stuff takes over and masquerades as expectations. You see where this is coming from? Those mental images are your enemy. They will make you waste so much energy over the years with that person, you won't even believe it. It's like you were a millionaire, and over time, within a few years, you lost it all and became destitute. It's that kind of deal. You wouldn't do that with your money. People would think you're foolish. But here, the average man celebrates it. It's called marriage. The average man celebrates wastage of energy for years to come till you're destitute and desolate and far more lonely than ever before. There's a celebration about it. I will do another video on the absolute junk evil, you could say, evil. You really absolutely could say evil, malicious evil called monogamy. I'll do a video on that. A whole different topic. All of this comes out of this model you're trying to fit yourself into called monogamy. Who's giving you this model? Think about that. All right. Next, what are these mental images of expectations? What do they cause us to do? They cause us to do what sorcerers could call, it causes us to cast black magic onto ourselves and others. These expectations are a form of black magic because they are chains. They're like those cowboys that they have that thing they rope the cattle with. Expectations are like that. Two people let's go on a date, and you get the text and and then you put your lipstick and your nails and the guy is just doing all his business and pss, pss, and all that, and you go, what you're really doing is you're polishing your ropes. You're putting some nice oil on them so that you're testing the ropes out. I'm very clever. It goes around the neck each time. I'm so good at it. That's what you're actually doing. And then you meet, and it's a rope casting competition. That's what you guys call dates. Really, watch yourself. All you are able to do, you're not able to do anything else. That's all you can manage when you're with another person, dealing with the demands and subscriptions of the mating instinct. That's all you can manage, rope casting. All right, black magic you want to stay away from. The only way, I'll tell you the key to unlock all this in a bit, but let me just outline the mechanics. Now, women, you have to remember this. This will straighten out a lot of your confusion, why you end up again and again in the same pattern. Whatever pattern that is, you're ending up again and again with that. It is based on two things, or really one thing. Look at your relationships, look at the quality of your sex, the sexual life or whatever. That is exactly, the life evidence of that is exactly what you think you deserve. It is directly linked with your self-value. Okay, that's the first bit. The second bit is you have to remember, you must really work hard. You have to remember that the man or the other person isn't part of your family. They don't come with the same expectations. They're not part of your family. They're not. It's a completely different person, completely different. They do not share anything you expect, anything. And this stuff comes out a year down the line, 6 months down the line, 2 years down the line. And you have to beware of this. This is the great downfall of women and relationships. That women try to assimilate the other person, assimilate them into their clan. The better you can fit into my family and our expectations, the more, the better it is for us all. Men play a different game, and this is poisonous. This is not now we've upgraded from rope throwing to real steel, titanium locks and chains now. Shove that person in a vault and a time lock. We've upgraded now to that level. You really want to stay away from these kind of black magics. Don't try and assimilate whoever you're with or people you're with into your particular little family cult. Right? Stay away from that. For that to happen, you're going to have to break away from your little club first, ain't you? Yeah, think about that one. Your family isn't the best friend you think it is. Of your relationships, at least. Men, what do? You try and dominate. You're the big know-it-all, aren't you? You're the man who's come to save the woman. You're the man. I've done it. I've done that role. I know all about it. You come to dominate and conquer. Oh, yes. Oh, Mr. Changiz Khan, eh? You come to dominate and conquer. You want to stay away from that bullshit. Only men who are infantile, insecure, forgot to grow up emotionally, they indulge in all of this kind of gaming. And the effect on both parties is exactly the same. Enslavement. Either through domination and conquering, shutting the woman up, not really listening, and on the other side, trying hard to assimilate into the club. This, and the man or whatever, the other person going, come on, leave me alone. Let me just be me. I just want to be me. I don't want your bullshit family expectations, right? Which are getting channeled through you. So men, you have to cultivate the habit of listening without the need to reply or fix anything. You're not the big plumber. You're not the plumber of the relationship, right? You're not here to fix leaks. So stop with that infantile nonsense and learn to grow up, emotionally grow up. Practice listening. Listen. No need to reply. Listen. Simply listen with an empty mind, a relaxed, tranquil mind. Listen. Women, you stop assimilating others into your little cult. Stop that. And you also learn to listen. Don't try and control everything. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to control everything? Are you this insecure? Oh, wait. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. If you untwist all of this back to its natural state, you will then not have any questions about sex. As I was telling the attendees, there's nothing really to talk about sex, is there? Both parties have genitals, or all parties have genitals, whatever the case may be. The bodies know what to do, right? Just make sure it's consensual. Don't get into nonsense. That's it. The bodies, it's not like your questions aren't about sex really, are they? They're about all this other stuff that I've highlighted. With that, we're going to move on to questions and answers now with the masterclass. Go on to Telegram, search for the Nagual Zone, and try and attend these classes 8 p.m. every Sunday. You really benefit. If you're serious, you will benefit from it. These videos are meant to be a little snippet of it all. With that, let me know in the comments what you think about the content of this video. Walk in freedom, and we shall meet again next time. Bye for now.